Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up before the video starts. Unexpected reunions and love triangles are part of the bold and the beautiful. One particular story that won fans' hearts was of Brooke and Hollis. Although their romance didn't last long, recent events suggest that their love story might not be over just yet. Yes, you got that right. Things recently took a twist when they unexpectedly bumped into each other in a beautiful place. This surprising reunion sparked hope and excitement amongst their beloved fans. Will this reunion lead to a new start for them, or will old problems get in the way? Let's look into the interesting story of Brooke and Hollis and see if they might get back together. Brooke and Hollis shared a remarkable chemistry during their time on The Bold and the Beautiful. But sadly, it didn't last long. In February 2023, Hollis unexpectedly met Brooke at Il Giardino, where he worked as a waiter. Confidently, he went up to the table where Brooke and Taylor were having lunch, eager to help them. He was smooth and funny as he served them. He later introduced himself as Paul Hollister and smoothly said they could call him Hollis as well. Hollis even got Brooke's phone number, saying he needed it to text her the receipt because the printer was broken. Interestingly, Taylor saw it coming as she wanted to help things along. She ordered takeout from Il Giardino and asked for Hollis to deliver it. Hollis saw this as another chance to talk to Brooke, so he flirted with her and asked her out. Brooke, although enjoying being single again, said yes. So Brooke and Hollis started spending time together, not knowing what the future held. They were excited and a bit unsure but ready for whatever came their way. However, the twist came when they went on a date at Brooke's place. The new couple enjoyed a lively conversation and shared many laughs, clearly enjoying each other's company. Gradually, their conversation turned intimate. But just as they were getting closer, Brooke stopped. She wasn't sure about starting a new relationship so soon after splitting up with Ridge. Although Hollis felt sad, he understood her emotions and left, hoping they could still be friends. However, the Bold and the Beautiful fans loved watching Brooke and Hollis' romance develop and couldn't wait to see what happened next. But it seemed like the show's writers had different ideas. Fans have been waiting eagerly for Brooke and Hollis to get back together ever since. But now that Brooke is committed to Ridge and they're getting ready to marry again, people wonder if Hollis and Brooke will ever have another chance. So can Brooke and Hollis ever get back together? In the dramatic world of soap operas, anything is possible. And it looks like Hollis and Brooke have already taken a step. And guess what? They're even considering buying a cabin in Mammoth. Yes, you read that right. Recently, Catherine Kelly Lang and Hollis W. Chambers, the talented actors behind Brooke and Hollis, reunited in Mammoth. Catherine delighted fans by sharing a photo on her Instagram with the majestic Mammoth Mountains as a breathtaking backdrop, all covered in snow. In her caption, she teased, "This one's for all the Brooke and Hollis fans out there." Wouldn't it be a blast if Brooke purchased a cabin in Mammoth? I have such fond memories of the Big Bear cabin set. Did you love that set too? Fans were really excited to see the old lovebirds back together and hoped they might reunite, maybe just as friends this time. After all, Hollis had once wanted to stay friends when he left Brooke. Could this mean Hollis is making his way back to B&B? Only time will tell, so stick around to see what's coming up next. In the picturesque setting of Mammoth, where the mountains kissed the sky and the air was crisp with the promise of new beginnings, a love story was about to unfold. Brooke, with her radiant smile and contagious zest for life, found herself drawn back to the place where memories of love and laughter were etched into the very fabric of her being. Little did she know that fate had a surprise waiting for her, one that would reignite the flames of a long-lost romance. Brooke had come to Mammoth seeking solace, a respite from the chaos of her everyday life. She had left behind the hustle and bustle of Los Angeles, longing for the tranquility of the mountains and the solace they offered. As she stood at the edge of a cliff, gazing out at the breathtaking vista before her, she couldn't shake the feeling of nostalgia that washed over her. Memories of a love she had once cherished flooded her mind, and she couldn't help but wonder what might have been. Meanwhile, across town, Hollis was going about his daily routine, unaware that destiny was about to intervene in the most unexpected of ways. Hollis had never quite been able to shake the memory of Brooke, the woman who had captured his heart all those years ago. Despite the passage of time and the distance that separated them, he still carried a flicker of hope in his heart that one day they might find their way back to each other. It was a chance encounter that brought Brooke and Hollis together once again, a twist of fate that neither of them could have anticipated. As Brooke wandered through the quaint streets of Mammoth, her eyes were drawn to a familiar figure standing in the doorway of a charming little cafe. Time seemed to stand still as their eyes met, and in that moment, all the barriers that had kept them apart came crashing down. Their reunion was filled with laughter and tears as they reminisced about the past and shared their hopes for the future. As they walked hand in hand through the snow-covered streets of Mammoth, it was as if the years melted away, leaving only the love that had always burned brightly between them. As the days turned into weeks, Brooke and Hollis found themselves falling more deeply in love with each passing moment. They explored the beauty of Mammoth together, skiing down the slopes by day and cuddling by the fire at night. Every moment spent in each other's company felt like a precious gift, a second chance at love that they were determined not to squander. But their newfound happiness was not without its challenges. As news of their reunion spread, they found themselves facing opposition from those who believed their love was nothing more than a fleeting fantasy. Friends and family alike urged them to reconsider, warning them of the risks of opening their hearts to each other once again. But Brooke and Hollis refused to be swayed by the doubts of others. They knew that their love was real, that it had stood the test of time and overcome every obstacle in its path. And so, with courage and determination, they forged ahead, determined to prove to the world that true love knows no bounds. In the end, it was their unwavering faith in each other that saw them through. As they exchanged vows in a small, intimate ceremony surrounded by their closest friends and family, Brooke and Hollis knew that they were embarking on the greatest adventure of their lives. With the mountains as their witness and the promise of forever in their hearts, they pledged their love to each other once and for all. And so, against all odds, Brooke and Hollis found their happily ever after in the most unlikely of places. In the shadow of the mountains, where the air was filled with the promise of new beginnings, they discovered that love truly does conquer all. And as they embarked on the next chapter of their lives together, they knew that their love story was just beginning.